and are looking to try and see. It was a tight game that they had against the Irish last Friday, and they're looking to see if they can try to put all the pieces together and finish strong in this one here tonight. So we will see how it goes. We want to remind you that tonight's game is streaming live with video online at 541radio.com. We did have a bit of a hiccup there in the process as we were getting going. One of our cameras decided to freeze right at the moment that we started going here tonight. Thankfully, we've got things back up and running for you, and we are ready to go. You can watch tonight's game streaming at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel. Check us out online and watch tonight's game. We appreciate everybody tuning in and joining us wherever you may be. Grants Pass JV gets a 52-38 win over Roseburg here tonight. And as we continue on with the Roseburg Disposal pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Brett Nixon. All right, we are back underway on the video stream. We've got things rolling on the radio stream. Why don't we go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout? When we come back, we'll get a chance to talk with Coach Nixon as we get ready for tonight's matchup in the Southwest Conference between the Cavemen and the Indians here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Douglas County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Back with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. It's time now for our Bowers Industrial pregame coaches interview. Bowers Industrial, a proud supporter of our local community and youth sports. Joining me is Coach Brett Nixon as Roseburg gets ready to host the Grants Pass Cavemen tonight. Coach, you guys had a little bit of an extended period off there with no game last Friday. How's been a week of getting out there and working on things gone for the Roseburg boys?
Oh, good. Gave some extra time to prepare and be ready to go into this week and hopefully pick up a couple wins this week.
You know, you guys get 2 games at home this week. You feel like for a team that's trying to get over that hump, trying to find that momentum, and being able to kind of spend your week playing here in Roseburg and not worrying about traveling, does that help ease maybe at least one portion of the game for you guys?
Oh yeah, I think so. You know, we've been here all week just kind of digging in, and then you know, us playing back-to-back home games, I think it gives us a little bit of an advantage because, you know, you're not on the road, and hopefully we can take that and use that advantage.
Yeah, no late nights, having to get up early for class the next day. That's always kind of a bonus for you guys. You know, this team is trying to make their way through this season, and I think we've gotten to a stretch here where you're just wanting to see these guys continue to put the pieces together and take that next step. You see them starting to kind of figure out things a little bit better when you're seeing them away from the game action that we all get to see them in?
Yeah. I mean, we're starting to do stuff in practice that things seem to be clicking, and I think there's kind of understanding a little bit more kind of what the concept is to some of our offensive theories and what we're looking to do. So I think you'll see a better product on the floor tonight. And if there is a game that we can pick up a win, I don't want to get too optimistic, or get ahead over my skis too far. But they play well tonight, and this is a game that we should win.
You guys did see Grants Pass at the Abby's Holiday Classic down in Medford. Not often you get a chance to see a conference opponent in a non-league game. That experience, what do you feel like you guys can take away from the first meeting that you guys had with Grants Pass?
We gotta contain their big. He had Rosetta had 29 against us last time, and we just can't have that. So if we can get down where we can keep him, 10 or more, I mean, just right around that area, I think that we'll be able to take a victory out of this game.
You guys, obviously they've seen you before, and so they're going to be familiar with what you were going to bring to the table. What things do you feel like you guys maybe take from that first game that you look to try and maybe clean up for your side to be able to maybe give them something that they haven't seen before?
Well, mainly, I think it's going to come down to patience. I think what they saw in our last game was they were transitioning and we were coming down, firing up a quick shot, and then they would transition, and we've got to be more patient and we've got to control the clock. So I think that'll be a surprise that they haven't seen from us, is us being patient. As we get ready for things here tonight, I know last time we saw you guys, you were a little bit more shorthanded than you have been throughout the season. How are you guys looking here tonight? Getting closer to full strength, at least for what we could expect at this point in the season? Yeah, I think Harrison's all healed up. I think good enough to go now. Jaden was limping a little bit on the ankle a couple days ago, but that seems to have passed up. So I think if you're going to call us at full strength, it's going to be today. All right, Coach. Looking forward to it, and hope to see that things come together for the Roseburg Indians tonight. Best of luck out there. Thanks, Sean.
And that is Coach Brett Nixon joining us. Your pregame coach's interview brought to you by Bowers Industrial, a proud supporter of our local community and youth sports. Well, the gym's starting to fill up. Nice to see things going in. And for the first time tonight, we have got the Roseburg High School Pep Band. They are in attendance tonight and getting things going here, bringing some of the energy to the gym this evening. Always nice to have them. They have not been in attendance for any of the games I have been at this year. They don't usually pick things up until the new year and once we get into league play. So with our first home game, actually second home game in league play for the Roseburg boys, tonight we get the band here in attendance. Great to have them here. Well, taking a look at things here, we mentioned in the pregame interview there with Coach Nixon that this is the second meeting between these two clubs, although it is the first in league play. Roseburg faced off with Grants Pass in the Abby's Holiday Classic, ended up losing that one 60-44. Grants Pass pulled away with an 11-3 advantage in the fourth quarter of that one. It was a fairly close game. Coach was telling me that it was a 6-point game with about 6 minutes to go, and unfortunately Roseburg unable to stay in it. The Indians made 5 3-pointers in that game. Grants Pass had 4. Roseburg was 8 of 10 at the free throw line. Grants Pass 10 of 12. Free throw line has been a bit of a struggle for Roseburg as of late. They have not been able to make their free throws at a clip that they would like to. And that is, for a team that's maybe struggling to keep up with other teams offensively, free throws are ones that you can't miss. Those are almost like, free points, and I guess that's why they call them free throws, right? It is an opportunity to be able to get points on the board without anybody in your face guarding you, without the clock running. And those are missed opportunities for Roseburg here over the last couple of games. They're looking to clean that up here today. Indians are coming off of that loss to North Medford. The Black Tornado led all the way. North Medford had 6 3-pointers in the game. Roseburg had just 1. The Indians were 2 for 11 at the free throw line. North Medford led 29-11 after the first quarter and kind of cruised from there. Roseburg was playing without Harrison Scott in that game. In the last game, leading the way was Marcus Lobo with a season-high 10 points. On the other side, Grants Pass coming off of a 11-point loss against Sheldon on Friday. Grants Pass kept that game close throughout the first 3 quarters. The lead was never more than 6 points at the end of each period. Sheldon pulled away with a 14-9 scoring margin in the fourth quarter, and Grants Pass was within 46-41 with 2:43 left to play but Sheldon finished on a 6-0 run to pull off the victory. The Grants Pass Cavemen at 3-10 overall. They're under first-year head coach Nate Olson. He was an assistant coach under Joel Jesse last year, who spent 4 years as the head coach for this Grants Pass Cavemen club. Olson takes over now. They did graduate quite a bit from last year, including the Southwest Conference Defensive Player of the Year, Peyton Bruner, and honorable mention selection, Zach Deshane. They do bring back a couple of all-conference selections from a year ago. Jordan Rosetta, the first-team All-Southwest Conference selection. He was mentioned by Coach Nixon in the pregame interview. He had 29 against Roseburg the first time the two teams met here this season. He is going to be one to try to watch. He had 15 in that loss against Sheldon to lead the way for the Cavemen. He is 6'5", a junior, and Jordan Rosetta, first-team All-Conference selection, back this year for the Cavemen. They also returned Kingston Connolly, a senior this year, a guard at 6'1", but he is out tonight, and it looks like he maybe has been out for a little while. He did not play in the game against Roseburg and didn't play in the last game, so kind of indicating that he is not with the team, or at least not available for the team here tonight. All right, we are just about ready to get this one underway. Roseburg and Grants Pass. We'll tell you who is here and who's going to be taking part in the starting lineup when we come back. That'll be your Southern Septic Service starting lineups. We'll have that for you when we come back after the national anthem here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today. Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Back here at Roseburg High School as we get ready for the starting lineups, the pep band with a fantastic rendition of tonight's national anthem. Let's meet the starters tonight for the visiting Grants Pass Cavemen, led by head coach Nate Olson. 00, the sophomore, a 6-foot wing, James Traylor III will get the start tonight. Had 8 points against Roseburg the first meeting. Weston Berg, a senior, listed at 5'8", a wing, scored 2 points in the game against the Indians. Another senior at 6'2", a forward, Grady McKittrick, scored 12 against the Indians in the first meeting. A sophomore post, 6'3", Branson Young. He scored 4 against Roseburg. And rounding out the starting five will be the first-team All-Southwest Conference selection, the junior at 6'5", a post, Jordan Rosetta. That is a look at your starting lineup for the visiting Grants Pass Cavemen. Now we take a look at the starting lineup for the Roseburg Indians, led by head coach Brent Nixon. He'll have a senior At 6 foot, Marcus Lobo averaging 3 points a game, but coming off of 10, a season high in his last game. Harrison Scott is a senior at 6 feet. He missed the last game due to a heel injury. Seems to be recovered. He's leading scorer for Roseburg at 18.4 per game. Scored 21 against Grants Pass in the first meeting. Tristan Frable's a junior, starting for Roseburg tonight at 5'11", averaging 4.4 a game. Another senior at 6'2". He's a big guard down in the middle. He averaging 8.2 points per game. That is Jaden Kemmerly. And then rounding things out will be junior at 6'3", Gannon Egbert, averaging 2.9 per game. That is the lineup for Coach Brett Nixon in his first season as the head coach of the Roseburg Indians. Get ready to go for tonight's matchup. It is Roseburg and Grants Pass squaring off here from Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Roseburg in the home white jerseys. They've got Roseburg across the chest in orange. Orange numbers on the front and the back. On the other side, it's the Road Blues. Gray numbers on the front and the backs. Cavemen across the chest in gray for the Grants Pass Cavemen. They get ready to tip. The Roseburg band playing the fight song. They get whistled to, hey, let's stop that. Let's get this game underway. And so here we go. We'll tip one by Roseburg into the back court. Frabel will bring it across the timeline. Works from our left to our right. And he will hand it off out near midcourt to Marcus Lobo. Back to Frabel on the right side. He attacks with the right hand at the wing. Gives it up to a three-pointer from Harrison Scott. His first shot since missing the last game for Roseburg. And his shot off the mark. It goes past the rim and out of bounds. Turnover by Roseburg on the opening possession. 30 seconds into the ball game. Grants Pass will have their first possession. They bring it up the floor. It's Trailer angling left side. Will give it away to McKittrick. Back to the top to Berg on the right side. McKittrick, a left side three, and he splashes it in. Grady McKittrick will put the first points on the board for Grants Pass. They take a 3-0 lead. Quickly up the floor the other way. Harrison Scott will get free for a two-pointer. And so Roseburg gets up on the board and cuts it down to a one-point game. Trailer into the front court, away to Berg on the right side. Back between the circles for Trailer. Wings it into the left corner. McKittrick another three attempt. No, it's long. Rebound on the weak side, pulled down by Scott. He'll race up the floor in the front court down the left sideline. And he stops to let everybody catch up to him. Gets it to Lobo, back out at the center circle. Scott will revert it right side to Egbert. Into the corner for Frabel. He goes around, angles to the free throw line. Dish it off into the far corner. A three by Kemmerly, no. Underneath, fight for the rebound. Egbert can't quite pull it down. It is pulled away by Rosetta, who will bring it up himself. Finds the open man in the middle. That's Trailer. He makes a wraparound pass. And on the backside cutter, Branson Young is there for two. Makes it 5-2 with 6:19 to go. First quarter. Grants Pass in front once again by three. Pass almost stolen left side. Scott gets it into the corner. It is Frabel that'll draw it back out. Wings it near side. Goes in and out of the hands of Marcus Lobo. Couldn't handle the pass. Bullet pass across the floor. Too sharp. Lobo. And just goes in and out of his hands and into the Grants Pass bench. Another turnover by the Indians. They trail it 5-2. Out at the top with the basketball is Berg. They work it around the far side of the floor. Trailer backs out, dumps it over the middle for Rosetta. Ball ends up ricocheted into the left corner for McKittrick. Finds the open man underneath. First shot attempt no good. Rosetta, the big man underneath, gets the rebound. Goes back up with the offensive putback, but gets fouled in the action. And we'll head to the free throw line for the first time tonight. That'll go against Tristan Frabel for his first of the evening. It is the first of the game, first whistle on either side. Rosetta goes to the free throw line. The right-handed junior will look for his first points. And he has them. Starting lineups tonight were brought to you by Southern Septic Service. From residential to commercial, Southern Septic Service has your behind covered when it comes to septic tank pumping and inspections, portable toilet rentals, and grease trap cleaning. Southern Septic Service, woman and veteran owned, and a proud supporter of our local community and youth sports. Both free throws go through for Rosetta, and he will make it a 5-point lead for Grants Pass, their largest lead of the night. Egbert has it here on the near side. Out top. Backs his way in a little bit towards the three-point line. Gives it up to Frabel. Left side. A short pass to the wing for Lobo. Tries to work around a screen. Gets it back into the corner for Frabel. Frabel with a right-hand dribble. Crosses over. Goes to the baseline. Back into the corner. Shot clock down to 8. Lobo in the lane. Turnaround jumper. Too strong. Rolls off the iron flat. Rebound pulled down by Rosetta. Up the far side, up in front of everybody. That is Branson Young escaping for another easy 2, and it's a 7-point game. 9-2, Grants Pass out to the early advantage. Kemmerly out at the top, picks up the dribble. Defensive pressure all over him. He tries to work a pass to Egbert, who had gotten free from the defense but could not get back to the pass from Kemmerly, and Roseburg will turn it over once again. Indians struggling to get into their offensive set. Trailer brings it up through the circle and crosses the timeline with 4:45 to go here in the first quarter. One-handed bounce pass right side for Berg. Back to him at the top. Has an open look at a three. Won't take it. One dribble. Gives it away to Trailer. Right-hand dribble back to the top. Reset the offense. Marked by Frabel. Gives it away for McKittrick. Berg hands it off to Rosetta at the left elbow. Rosetta finds Trailer open underneath. And James Trailer gets an easy look from right underneath the bucket. And he has got himself his first points. It's now 11-2, out to a 9-point lead for the Cavemen. Both teams looking for that first conference win. Egbert goes down as he gives it away and tried to cut. Ended up on his stomach in the middle of the floor. On the far side, Roseburg working against this zone defense from Grants Pass. They are having a hard time with it. Going to launch a deep three for Harrison Scott. It's off the front iron. No. Rebound came down to Lobo. A putback attempt won't go. And the rebound is stolen away by Grants Pass. Weaving through traffic. McKittrick dishes into the corner. Trailer, a three. No. Rebound goes down to Rosetta. The big man underneath was patient as that ball danced on the iron. Finally fell down. And it's 13-2. Roseburg on quite the dry spell here in the first quarter. Near corner. Frabel with it. Pressure comes and got bumped out of bounds. That was Berg applying some defensive pressure on the near side. And contact forcing Frabel out of bounds. That'll be the first on Berg. It's the first on Grants Pass. Out to the top. Frabel will try to initiate the offense for Roseburg. 3:18 to go here in the first quarter. Left side three is short for Kemmerly. Rebound comes down to McKittrick. He skied up to get to it. Gets it to Trailer going up the right side. Gets underneath, and his pass underneath the basket taken away by Frabel. Frabel up the floor. They get the ball out to Harrison Scott, who leaks free for an easy 2. He's got all 4 points for Roseburg, and that will stop a 10-0 run by Grants Pass here in the first quarter. Underneath, right block, and throwing it up at the backboard. Banking it home is Branson Young. Back to an 11-point lead. Weaving his way up the floor. Harrison Scott down the left side. Lofts it up with the left hand, but it rims out. Trailer brings it up quickly. Waits for the numbers. Dishes back out to Rosetta. His three-point shot rims out. Offensive attempt by Young. Rebound pulled down by Scott. He'll get it up the floor for Roseburg. Frabel. Behind the back pass to the right blocks for Egbert. He cuts through the lane, dishes out to the left side. Kemmerly's shot rims off. And Trailer comes down with the board, puts it up the floor quickly. Ball tipped around underneath the basket. Shot hits the underside of the rim. Loose ball, fight for it on the ground. Lobo can't get to it. And Young gets it to Trailer. Underhand pass out to McKittrick. He'll drive, baseline jumper. It rims out. Lobo with the rebound. And Roseburg will get the stop after a mad dash for the basketball. Lobo loses the handle. It goes to Scott on the right wing. The lefty pulls up. His shot rims off, and underneath Rosetta pulls down another one. Cleans up the glass for the Cavemen. They slow it down with a minute 38 to go first quarter, leading by 11. GP had a 10-0 run that got the game out to 13-2 here in this first quarter. Underneath, they get the ball to the big man, Rosetta. He draws some pressure. He'll get a whistle against Gannon Egbert. Non-shooter. That'll be the first for Egbert. We've got substitutions coming in. That'll be Caden Dedman will check into the game. And so does Bronx Ely, a sophomore. Dedman, a junior. Inbound from the baseline from Dedman. Gets it into Young. Out to Rosetta. He goes left hand. Steps back just inside the arc. Fires in the middle. Dedman was cutting. He lost it. Got it back and finds Jordan Rosetta cutting to the hoop. The big man able to finish. Up the floor goes Roseburg. Underneath goes Frabel. And he gets hit by Jordan Rosetta. It's going to be the first on Jordan Rosetta. With 68 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Roseburg will go to the free throw line for the first time tonight. Tristan Frabel at the stripe. Frabel 6 points in his last game. Had 2 against Grants Pass the first time the two teams met. First one does not go. Still, it is a 17-4 game right now. It's a 13-point lead, largest in the night so far for the Cavemen. Tonight's game brought to you by Roseburg Country Club, established in 1922, offering an 18-hole course with excellent year-round playability. Find out more at roseburgcountryclub.com. Second free throw goes through for the Tribe. Frabel gets 1 out of 2 at the line. Dump pass in the middle goes to no one in particular. Kemmerly will take it away, and Roseburg gets a stop. Looking to try and cut it down to possibly single-digit deficit here in the first quarter. Baseline, skip pass gets tipped into the corner. Kemmerly gets it. He's too far underneath. Has a pass tipped again. Preston Sprague is checked into the game, and he'll have it taken away from him underneath as he tried to post up. Other way we go. At the rim, a finish on the foul. Going to the long, Bronx Ely will head to the line. He gets the 2 and a chance at the and 1 as he stretches it out to a 14-point lead. Foul goes against Harrison Scott for his first third-team foul against Roseburg. Ely will hit the and 1, and we get a substitution. Traylor the third will check back into the game. Jordan Rosetta will head to the bench. 20-5 here in this first quarter. It has been all Grants Pass, and Roseburg has been ice cold to start out the game. Harrison Scott looking to try and heat up as he returns to action after an injury. He has got 4 of Roseburg's 5 points. Right side, Lobo hands it off. Frabel fakes left, goes right, then turns it over. Had it poked away by Dedman. McKittrick to the right side for Ely. Gets it to Traylor. The give and go. Cutting baseline went Ely. Got it back on the feed from Traylor. Defense was up in the air, and it's a travel call against Grants Pass. Roseburg had a player come down hard. Thought that it was going to be against the Indians on a foul, but instead it's a travel call with 19 seconds to go. Lobo is going to bring the ball up through the center circle. Shot clock turned off here in the final seconds of the first quarter. 15-point lead for the Cavemen. Lobo draws it out, right side, gets it to Kemmerly. Works his way underneath. Skip pass into the corner, tipped out. Last touch by Roseburg. Frabel got his fingers on it. GP will roll the ball in. Traylor will wait, picks it up at half court with 1 second. A deep 3 by McKittrick was on line, but it comes up just short. Into the first quarter, it's 20-5. Grants Pass in front of Roseburg. We'll come back after this 1-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Social Security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Douglas County is your home.
But no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us.
We'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide.
We'll be there with an auto loan for your next vehicle.
And when you're ready to make your dreams a reality, we'll be there with a home mortgage and one-on-one support every step of the way. Because commitment to our members is reflected in everything we do. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Back here at Roseburg High School, starting the second quarter. The Indians with a deficit to try and dig out of. It'll be Grants Pass basketball to start off the second period. Rosetta out there on the floor along with Dedman. Trailer out to the left side. Bronx Ely a three. No. And the fifth starter is Grady McKittrick. Long two from Rosetta. Kind of came out of his hands weird, but an offensive board. A third look at it here for Grants Pass. Left side pull-up jumper and drop it in the bucket for McKittrick. He's got 5 in the ball game. Makes it 22-5. Up the floor, Lobo attacking. Gets underneath. Saw an open lane, decided to go, gets in the air and draws a whistle. With a break in the action, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg basketball on the score.
The line to shoot 2, Marcus Lobo.
At the free throw stripe, Marcus Lobo. And Lobo will get his first points of the night, coming off of a season-high 10 points in his last game. After missing all of last year due to an injury, he gets the first one and has a look at a second free throw coming. He gets them both. Good to see there for the Tribe. Those are the ones they got to have. 22-7 is our score, opening minute of the second period. Left side for Ely, back out to Dedman. They pitch and catch, back to the left side. Now Dedman gets it up at the top, right of the key. Couple of jab steps, nowhere to go. Into the left corner, McKittrick thought about a three, no. Looks for the cutter. Rosetta gets baseline. Oh, looked like he traveled. Fires a pass away in the middle. Dedman almost turns it over. Down to 9 on the shot clock. Jab left, go right. Dedman driving in, too strong, hits the iron, and it's Rosetta that muscles the rebound away from everybody, including his own team. Second look for the Cavemen. Pass in the middle gets tipped by Frabel. Goes through the hands of everybody to the far side. Out of bounds, last touch by the Tribe. It'll be an inbound from the far side. Tonight's game brought to you by Gibbs RV Superstore. You gotta get to Gibbs. Baseline pass. Trailer finds Rosetta in the left block. He works his way in, gets his own rebound, goes back up. And Preston Sprague going to get whistled for the foul as Jordan Rosetta hits the bucket and goes to the line. Sprague did a good job defensively on the first attempt by Rosetta, but then didn't try to turn to get the basketball on the miss. Just kind of stood there as Rosetta was able to get his own miss, and then Sprague got a little aggressive and a little too aggressive and committed the foul on the putback attempt. So Sprague picking up his first, and it is 25-7. Grants Pass in front by their biggest margin at 18. Jaden Kemmerly will get a breather. Roseburg will have Lobo. Gavin Michael is the man that checks in. Harrison Scott, Preston Sprague, and Tristan Frabel out on the floor. Some full court pressure here from the Cavemen, but they'll back it off as Frabel will bring it to the midcourt stripe into the front court for the Tribe. Picks up the dribble, hands it off to Scott. Left-handed bounce pass to Michael, high out at the top. Working right side, Michael gets it to Frabel with the bounce pass out at the top, behind the back dribble. Sprague gets it now left side, drives underneath, tried to dump it down to Scott, who wasn't really looking for it, and it's out off of Roseburg. Frabel will check out of the game as Trey Brown comes in. Thought it was off of Roseburg. They're going to say it was out off of Grants Pass, so the Indians do keep the possession. Under 6 minutes to go first half. 25-7. Looked at the give and go. Lobo pass it into a sea of blue. Up the floor. The pass gets tipped away, and Brown will track it down. Sprague will get it in the backcourt as Roseburg does get the stop in transition. Left side for Brown, running the point. Fires it through the defense into the right corner. Lobo gets underneath, and Marcus attacks and gets a bucket underneath. Nice job getting himself a much easier look right underneath the bucket. 25-9. Roseburg back within 16. Double team on Rosetta out top. Open man underneath Trailer. Kicks it into the left corner. A three-point attempt by Bronx Ely is good. Left the shooter open, and he hits. 28-9. Michael brings it through the right side. Out to the top for Brown, looking underneath. He'll drive, right hand, kick to Michael, back out. He tried to do the touch pass and lost out of bounds back to Grants Pass after the steal by Bronx Ely. So another turnover, this Grants Pass zone defense creating challenges for the Indians here tonight. Gavin Michael has to tie his shoe. We can wait for that to finish up. And we are back to action with 5:02 to go first half. Left corner. Back out to the top for Ely. Get a right side. That was Gerlitz. Pass underneath. Dedman gets it right underneath. Tip up on the rebound. It is knocked out. It's Sprague that comes up with it. Little wild up the floor, but he does control it. Out to Michael. Dribbles into the right corner. They whip it around the perimeter. Into the left corner for Scott. Looks for a screen. Will take it on the dribble out to the top. Trey Brown between the circles. Fires right side. Michael. They work it to the left side of the floor. Lobo around a screen. No pick and roll opportunity there. Down to 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. Pass is stolen away by Traylor. He gets out in front of everybody, and he will soar to the iron and lay it in. James Traylor with the steal and the finish, 30-9. Grants Pass out in front by 21. And now the ball taken away. This time it's Bronx Ely with the steal. Finds Rosetta going to the rim. His shot does not go down. Rebound pulled down by Ely, and another look for the Cavemen. Out at the top, they'll reset with Gerlitz. Down to the right blocks, hook a pass, and it's too strong through the hands of Bronx Ely. Jordan Rosetta, just a hook shot pass all the way from one side of the floor to the other. And Roseburg yet to get to double figures here, just 4 points so far in the second quarter. They've given up 10 to Grants Pass. Harrison Scott brings it to the timeline into the front court for the Tribe. Directing traffic with the offhand as he dribbles with the right hand for the lefty. Sprague sends it left side to Michael. He backs it back out. Zigged when they should have zagged. Harrison Scott tries to cut to the rim. Gavin Michael tried to bounce the pass to him out at the top. And nobody's home. Roseburg gives it back to the Cavemen. Nice crowd showing up here tonight. Good to see for this matchup against Grants Pass. Always a good battle against these two teams. These two schools always have a bit of a heated rivalry. Out at the left side, trying to drive around the defender was Branson Young. He got around Gavin Michael, who I believe, Michael is the one whistled for the foul. Tom Nielsen. Yeah, there he goes. Tom Nielsen, our PA announcer. He was giving that foul to Egbert, who's not on the floor. It was Michael, so I'm happy I got that right. At the free throw line, nobody marking Rosetta. He just turns around, realizes nobody's on him. They leave him wide open, and he'll make him pay, 32-9. Up the right side of the floor, Marcus Lobo, pass out to Sprague. Tries to back his way down. Got to the free throw line, but didn't like the angle. Bounces it to Michael. Lobo gets it on the right side, down to 18 on the shot clock. 2:41 to go first half. Left-hand dribble, two-hand, he just shot-putted that up at the backboard. Preston Sprague, a little bit of a two-hand push up to the backboard and flushed it down. Rebound, though, underneath, did pick up. It was Gavin Michael with the offensive board, and then a foul called against Branson Young, his first. So Roseburg will get his second try on this one. Harrison Scott, right-hand dribble. Out at the top. Will get it into the corner. Lobo launches a three. It's off the mark. Missed everything. Tipped out by Gavin Michael. Substitution in for Roseburg with 2:21 to go here in the first half. Jaden Kemmerly will check into the game for Marcus Lobo. Tonight's game brought to you by Evergreen Family Medicine. Expect the unexpected at Evergreen Family Medicine, serving Roseburg, Myrtle Creek, and Sutherland. Evergreen offers more than traditional primary care. You can expect more from Evergreen. 2 minutes to go here in this one. Rosetta at the free throw stripe again. Too strong. Back iron. Rebound out to Weston Berg. It gets tipped out of his hands. Sprague cleans it up for the Indians. Roseburg in wide up the floor. Deep three by Harrison Scott. Front iron, no. Sailing in for the board was Rosetta. As he soars up there, the big man gets the board. Up the floor, gets it to McKittrick. And McKittrick will make another three, his second of the night. 35-9. And the lead just continues to grow for Grants Pass. Hand off to Michael, out to Sprague at the top. Away to the left side, Kemmerly, a rainbow three, comes up short. Underneath it is Rosetta, nobody there for Roseburg. He pushes it up the floor, McKittrick, left side with a left-hand scoop shot, no. Too strong underneath, the rebound came down to Preston Sprague. He'll get it to Trey Brown, who's going to bring it up for Roseburg. Straight up the floor, angles left side, picks up the dribble at the top. Ball got knocked away. He ends up on the ground, fighting for it. Grants Pass comes away with it. Up the floor, and let the defense go by. Shot off the mark for Branson Young. Had a good look, but a little bit of a hesitation. Roseburg tries to press up the floor. Kemmerly gets free, nosed his way around the defender. His shot doesn't go, but he gets the rebound as it gets tipped out to him. And Jaden Kemmerly will get his first points and get Roseburg into double figures. 35-11. Out at the top with it, McKittrick sends it right side at the wing, driving in. Branson Young gets right in the middle, can't get it to go. Rebound tipped out. Michael fighting with Berg for the offensive board. It gets tipped into the Roseburg bench off of Weston Berg, and Roseburg will get the possession with 32.2 to go. Shot clock turned off here in the first half. The Indians trailing by 24. Roseburg holding for the final shot here in the first half. Going opposite of the screen is Scott. Goes left side, hands it off to Kemmerly. Draws it back out with 13 seconds on the shot clock. Kemmerly holding. 8 seconds to go. It starts to go, and Weston Berg attacked. Got in front and will get called for the trip. Second foul on Weston. And now Roseburg with 6 seconds on the shot clock, or on the game clock. Will have the basketball. Kemmerly gets it in the backcourt. 4 seconds at midcourt. Has to deal with a double team. Loses the handle. The shot before the horn. No good for Preston Gerlitz. And here at halftime, it is 35-11. Grants Pass in control against the Roseburg Indians. We'll take a 2-minute timeout as we head to the halftime show. We'll recap the first half for you on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today. Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Back here at Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium for our halftime show. We've got a look at your Winston Auto Care halftime stats update coming up here. Winston Auto Care, your home team for auto repair for over 25 years. Give them a call at 541-679-8685. Winston Auto Care. Here at the break, it is a 35-11 lead for the Grants Pass Cavemen on top of Roseburg. Lead was as many as 26 in that first half for the Cavemen. Grants Pass had 3 3-pointers in the first half. They were a perfect 4 for 4 at the free throw stripe. Roseburg was 3 for 4 at the line and had no 3-pointers in that first half. Surprising there, but they were, for a team that has had a lot of time to practice, be in the gym, getting shots up, getting ready to go, a little bit of rest with no game last Friday. Roseburg came out ice cold, could not get a shot to drop. And it seemed like some guys didn't have their legs underneath them, and so unable to try and stay with this Grants Pass team there in that first half. The shots just did not want to go. Grants Pass able to build a sizable lead in the first quarter. They were up 20-5 at the end of the first period. A 13-2 run in that one helped them. A 10-0 run helped make it 13-2 in that first quarter. A 3 by Grants Pass got them started, and then Roseburg was finally able to get a 2 to make it 3-2. And from that point, Grants Pass went on a run, and they just kept going from there. Would outscore Roseburg. Well, let's see. So if it was 3-2, 17-3 is how things continue to go throughout the rest of that first quarter, and Grants Pass continue to pile it on. They outscore Roseburg 15-6 in the second period. So we'll see if Roseburg can muster something up to cut down in this deficit here in the second half. Trailing by 24, you want to see if maybe you can get it down to 15 or less in that third quarter, and then give yourself a chance to see if you can make a run at it in the fourth quarter. But trailing significantly here at the halftime break. We'll take a look at the Winston Auto Care halftime stat update. When we come back, we'll get you some of those individual stats from the first half. When we come back, we'll take a 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Roseburg Disposal, we're dedicated to meeting your garbage service needs. Started in 1932 by brothers Norm and Orville John, Roseburg Disposal continues to be owned and operated by the John family today, now in its third generation. Providing residential and commercial garbage disposal and recycling, we serve the greater Roseburg area. Invested in our community, our company has participated in many community projects, both financially and through donated services. Committed to our customers and our community, Roseburg Disposal.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes. That'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
That was a quick first half there. We're just taking a look at it. If I didn't catch exactly what time we started the game, what time they tipped off, but JV ended in plenty of time, so I assumed we were pretty close to on time for getting this one underway here tonight. And if that's the case, we pretty much took just 30 minutes of actual time for that first half of action between Roseburg and Grants Pass. At the break, it's 35-11. GP in front of Roseburg. Taking a look at individual numbers from the first half. Leading scorer in the game, Grady McKittrick with 8. Also Jordan Rosetta had 11. Didn't look far enough down on my score sheet there. 6 points in the game for Branson Young. 6 points in the game for Bronx Ely. 4 points in this one for James Traylor. And that is your scoring for Grants Pass in the first half. On the other side, Roseburg, 4 points for Marcus Lobo and 4 points for Harrison Scott to lead the way. 2 in the game for Jaden Kemmerly, 1 for Tristan Frabel. That is a look at your Winston Auto Care halftime stat update. Taking a quick look at your score from Grants Pass, where Roseburg is taking on Grants Pass in girls basketball tonight. Roseburg undefeated in league play, trying to stay there, but they have got a big test against Grants Pass, who is right behind them in the standings. It's 12-7. They're in the first quarter of this one from Grants Pass. And it looks like Grants Pass just puts in a bucket to make it 14-7, double up their score against the Indians. We'll get in our final break here of the halftime show. When we come back, we will get you ready to go for the second half of action. Roseburg and Grants Pass squaring off tonight here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
High school hoops here on the score, brought to you by McClendon Smokehouse, a family-owned meat shop and smokehouse offering a wide selection, plus fresh produce, baked goods, and a general grocery selection. Make sure you stop by and check them out at West Harvard Avenue, the old grocery outlet building that is McClendon Smokehouse. Tonight's game also brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. And by our friends over at Waldron's Outdoor Sports. Whether it's hunting season or fishing gear that you are needing to get, you can check out the supplies at Waldron's Outdoor Sports. Now at their new location, 450 Northeast Stevens in Roseburg. Check them out there. Second half just about to get underway here tonight. Roseburg trailing in this one 35-11. The Indians will start with the basketball to begin the second half. And they will work to get the ball in. Bringing the ball into the front court for Roseburg is Tristan Frabel. Almost had it taken away, gets his dribble back, drives in, gets a baseline, and Harrison Scott able to hit the teardrop. Killed it on the back of the iron and drops it in. Harrison Scott with the first bucket of the second half. And he's got 6 in the ball game. 35-13 is our score. Trailer across the floor to Berg. Find the open man underneath. That is Bryson Young, and that shot will fall in. Bryson Young, the sophomore, having a nice night. And Bryson Young will have 8 in the ball game. So Scott, Lobo, Frabel, Egbert, and Kemmerly out on the floor as a whistle will stop play. Trying to drive around the defender was Frabel. He'll draw the whistle. That goes against Weston Berg, his third. So the 5 starters are at the start of the game for Roseburg are your second half starters here as well. You've got McKittrick, Traylor, Rosetta, Young, and Berg out there on the floor for Grants Pass. Starting 5 out on the floor for the Cavemen as well. Going opposite of a screen, Frabel, left side, got bumped by McKittrick, and I'll have that down for his first. And it is, according to the scoreboard, the first for McKittrick. Inbound underneath the hoop for Roseburg into the far corner, driving out to Frabel for a 3, and Tristan Frabel will knock down the 3 for the Indians. And Roseburg outscoring Grants Pass to start things off here in the third quarter, 37-16. That's their first 3 of the night there on the made 3 by Frabel. Driving baseline, though, nobody able to get in front of and stop Jordan Rosetta. 39-16. 6:15 to go, third period. Left side, Harrison Scott attacks left hand, gets a double team, fires it back out to the top. Kemmerly into the corner. Lobo drives in, makes a dish late out to Frabel, steps in for a long 2 from the line. A shot no good underneath. Ooh, players swinging around. Gannon Egbert and Jordan Rosetta got tangled up. Rosetta tried to rip it away, and Egbert with his arm in the lock with Rosetta gets spun around like a rag doll, gets thrown to the ground. He kind of was wondering why he didn't get the whistle in his favor. Well, he gets called for the foul instead. Grants Pass basketball trailer brings it up through the center circle. Out to the right side. Kick ball out of bounds off of Lobo. Inbound for trailer. Gets it to Rosetta. Just muscles his way into Marcus Lobo and gets an easy bank shot underneath from point-blank range. Roseburg up the floor quickly at the right elbow. Out to Harrison Scott for an open look at a 3. And Harrison Scott will rattle one through for his first 3 of the night. 41-19. 5:25 and counting. Push pass right side, back out to the top. With the basketball, McKittrick gives it away to Berg. Double team against Rosetta. He goes around the Egbert. Fire out to the near side. A 3 look for McKittrick. He buries his third of the night. And it's 44-19. A timeout down on the floor. It is taken by Grants Pass. 30-second timeout for Grants Pass. Let's get it in as well on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
County is your home, but no matter where life takes you, Cascade Community Credit Union will be there whenever you need us. Through every adventure, we'll be there with access to over 30,000 no-fee ATMs worldwide. Through every triumph, we'll be there every step of the way with a home mortgage. And through all life's little quirks, we'll be there with one-on-one support to get you back on the road in no time. Neighbors are there for each other, and that's exactly who we are. Cascade Community Credit Union, there whenever you need us.
5:09 to go here in the third quarter. Grants Pass with a sizable lead at 44-19. On the right side, push pass back out to the top by Lobo. Frabel with it in the corner. Double team. This active defense from Grants Pass making life difficult for Roseburg. And that forces a turnover by the Indians. A pass knocked out of bounds. 4:50 and counting. Up the floor, Rosetta gets it, steps around the defense, and Jordan Rosetta, the big man, takes it right to the rim and finishes 46-19. Up the floor, Roseburg, left side, Frabel gets harassed, nearly loses it, and tries to get it to Egbert in the corner, and his pass off the mark, out of bounds, back to the Cavemen. Trailer, they work a little press break there for Grants Pass as Roseburg tries to apply some full court pressure. It is a 27-point game here for the Cavemen. The young Roseburg team with limited returning experience on the team, especially after the loss of Jaron Leeworthy at the start of the year. Shot from the elbow is just short for Weston Berg. Roseburg losing one of their most experienced guys early on in the season after just 2 games. Marcus Lobo gets underneath, makes a nice sidestep around a defender, and gets a reverse lay-in for 2. 46-21. So a lot of Roseburg guys getting the most varsity minutes that they've ever had. They came into the season without very many or none at all, and Roseburg, I think, showing the lack of experience at this level and the lack of returning players coming back that can help guide the way for them out there on the floor. They call a foul against Jaden Kemmerly on the defensive side. Kemmerly picking up his first, 3rd-team foul against Roseburg. Inbound underneath the basket. Lobo does a nice job of poking it out. Marcus Lobo, a senior, he missed all of last year as a junior due to an injury. They kept hoping that he'd get a chance to get back out on the floor, but he gets his first varsity season as a senior this year after having to sit all of last year. The ball works around the perimeter. Coming to get it at the top is Rosetta, the big man, right-hand dribble, working against Egbert, a junior. And he finds the cutter. It's McKittrick getting right to the rim. 48-21. On the right side, deep 3 by Harrison Scott, just grazes the iron, and the rebound right into the hands of Weston Berg. After the miss, quick rebound, no press by Roseburg, and the ball tipped out from behind. It'll be last touch by the Indians as McKittrick had it knocked out of his hands. Preston Sprague and Gavin Michael will check into the game for Roseburg. Marcus Lobo and Tristan Frabel will both head to the bench. They had substitutions in for Grants Pass as well. Checking in was Bronx Ely. Near side, McKittrick has a look at a right wing 3, and it will fall. McKittrick hits his 4th 3-pointer of the night. Roseburg, Kemmerly hands it off on the right side. 51-21. Left side, Michael looks to try and hand it off to Scott. The handoff disrupted up the floor. McKittrick, shot no good. Rebound, put back, no. Michael tips it. The ball goes out and on the sideline. Harrison Scott could not keep himself from going across the sideline. Tried to throw it off of a Grants Pass player, and he was already on the sideline when it happened. McKittrick will bring it across. Around the left side, out to the top, McKittrick. Driving left side, pull-up jumper, and McKittrick buries another one. Mid-range jumper falls through. 32-point lead here for the Cavemen. Angling right side, deep 3 by Kemmerly will fall. Jaden Kemmerly gets his first 3 of the night. 53-24. On the far side, stepping on the sideline is Rosetta, turns it over.
Into the Grants Pass slam, Preston Gillette.
Harrison Scott will walk it up the timeline. Working one-on-one against Gerlitz, who's checked in. Gets a screen from Sprague, goes left around it. Harrison gets free, gets in the lane. His teardrop runner does not go, ends up on the ground, and you got players tangled up. 2 Roseburg players down on the other side. Grants Pass had numbers, but they stopped play. That's Gavin Michael that is limping it to the bench, and then you've got Harrison Scott, who is down on the floor. I think Michael stepped on Harrison, who pulls up his shooting shirt underneath the jersey up over his face as he's in some pain. He already missed a game due to a heel injury. You had Harrison Scott and Jaron Leeworthy, the only 2 returning guys from last year that had significant minutes. Tristan Frabel played some last year, but he was a guy off the bench getting some minutes. You had Jaden Kemmerly. He played more minutes off the bench, 21 games last year. But other than that, really did not have a lot of guys with a ton of experience last year at the varsity level. And this team, only a few seniors on the squad. So with Jaron Leeworthy already out, and now Harrison Scott hobbling towards the bench and towards the trainer's table. He's making his way there under his own power. Hopefully that's a decent sign that he might get a chance to come back, but Gavin Michael also limping around quite a bit over there as well, and that's not a good sign with some of Roseburg's depth, although there's not a lot of it. 1:32 to go here in the third quarter. It'll be an inbound from the far sideline for Grants Pass. Caden Dedman will do the honors once we get going here. There we are. They stack it up into the backcourt. It'll be Gerlitz. Angles left side, hand the ball off. Dedman gets it to Young on the right wing. Pass it away. Gerlitz, ball over his head, fakes the pass, gets it out to Rosetta. Right side, beyond the perimeter. He works it through the defense, not where he intended it to go, but it does make it to its mark. A shot for long two by Gerlitz was short. A rebound goes out to the far corner. Rosetta tried to save it back in, but they're going to call a foul against Trey Brown as he was battling with Rosetta to try and get that loose ball. And that'll put Grants Pass into the bonus, as that is the fifth team foul against Roseburg. So this will be free throws here for Jordan Rosetta. He's 3 for 3 at the line. And he will rattle in the first one. 54-24. Tonight's game brought to you by TC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. .107 to go. That is 67 seconds left to go in this third quarter as the second free throw goes down for Rosetta. Hits them both. Makes it 55-24. Egbert with the ball, left wing. Looks to the left corner, nobody there. Bounces it away to Sprague at the top. He attacks left side, gets free. Tried to pass it out to Brown, and it's off his hands and into the bench, where Harrison Scott has returned to the bench down there. I don't see Michael down there. He's off in the corner getting some ice. And will be tending to an ankle. The cutter, feed him. That was Gerlitz feeding Young for a lay-in, slashing to the rim. 57-24, driving in. That was Egbert. We're seeing some good games out of Gannon Egbert, the junior. And he will, they don't give him the bucket. And with 32.7 to play here in the third quarter, Egbert goes to the free throw line, and it is too strong. High school hoops here on The Score, brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyaway Travel. Make sure that you have an agent in your corner. Call them at 541-672-5701. Second free throw does go down for Gannon Egbert. He's on the scoreboard now. First point of the night for him. Grants Pass is going to hold with 22 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Rosetta holding out at the top. Pass it away left side to Dedman. Gives it up to Ely. Crossover, back out. Gerlitz, a long shot. It'll kind of look like his foot might have been on the line. Doesn't go either way. Rebound, though, comes down to Young. He rattles one in. Down to 3 seconds to go. Lob it up the floor. Pass knocked and a foul call. Pass was knocked away as they tried to go with the baseball pass down the floor. Knocked away from Egbert. Whistle stops play, and I think Gannon Egbert's headed to the free throw line. They call the foul on Branson Young, his third. And no, not shooting yet. Not into the bonus yet for Roseburg. Inbound from the baseline. Pass is tipped, and that'll end the third quarter. So at the end of three, it is 59-25. Grants passing in control here on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Turn your home into your dream sanctuary with help from Douglas County Farmers Co-op. For over 100 years, we've carried everything you need to keep your garden and crops green and growing, including a large selection of soil mixes, composts, fertilizers, and other soil amendments. You'll also find stones, boulders, gravel, and more to add structure and diversity to your yard. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Cascade Community Credit, Avid Counseling, Consulting rather, Palm Wealth Management.
We head to the start of the fourth quarter. Roseburg trailing against Grants Pass 59-25. It'll be Grants Pass with the basketball, looking to pick up that first win in conference play. A lot of dribbling. James Traylor, a big jump step around the defense, but an offensive board. Now it's a loose, and it's into the hands of Jaden Kemmerly. As Roseburg will get a stop to open up the fourth quarter. Kemmerly launches a three, does not go. Gannon Egbert fighting to try and get to the rebound. Had it in his hands for a second, got loose, and he tried to swat at it to see if he could tip it out. I believe he did get whistled for the foul. They've got that down as just his second up on the scoreboard. I thought that was going to be his third. We'll just leave it at 2. 7:15 to go here in this one. Out at the top. Down the right side of the lane. Kick out, a three. This is by Dirk Ely, who checks into the game for the first time. Traylor underneath got the offensive board. Couldn't find enough room to try and put that one back up. Inbound into the corner. Out to the top, it's Dedman. Hooks the pass to Dirk Ely. He looks for the cutter. That is Bronx Ely. He gets to the rim, but he can't get it to go. Brown steals away the rebound. Up the far side of the floor, crossover. And loose ball got knocked away from Brown, and now he'll get whistled for the foul as he tried to get it back from James Traylor. Brown will pick up the foul. His second. Inbound just in front of the Roseburg bench for the Cavemen. Also into the game, Abasai, that's what it is. Abasai Amaya has checked into the game. On the right side, Ely looking underneath, that's Dirk. Gives it up, give and go, pass is tipped up, taken away. Brown got it up, tried to get it up the floor to Preston Sprague, and he got tangled up with James Traylor. Bodies hit the floor. Quite a few of them out there. A foul will go against Traylor. A little bit of incidental contact, but nonetheless, it was a breakout opportunity for Preston Sprague to get down the floor, and he got tangled up. Parker Rogers ready to check in, the junior. It's going to come in for Gannon Egbert, who will head to the bench for a breather. And Roseburg will get it here in front of their own bench. Inbound is Lobo into Brown. Angles it right side. Reverse back to his right. Jaden Kemmerly had it knocked out of his hands, but it stays with the Indians. With the lead out at 34 right now, it is a running clock for Grants Pass here in this fourth quarter. Inbound goes to Sprague in the corner. Tried to get it to Brown, almost had it taken away. Sprague gets it back. They go on the give and go. Sprague underneath gets it. Give and go there for Preston Sprague with Trey Brown, and Sprague will finish at the iron for his first points of the night. 59-27, but on the other side, an easy two. Bronx Ely with the bucket. 61-27. Underneath, Kemmerly gets it to Sprague. He tries to go up aggressively, but he had three defenders all around him, and they go swatting at the basketball. Grants Pass will get whistled for the foul, and it's a two-shot foul for Preston Sprague. They call that one against Bronx Ely. Tonight's game brought to you by Palm Wealth Management, a member of D.A. Davidson & Company, member SIPC. That is Palm Wealth Management. Two free throws here for Preston Sprague. First one Line drive shot through the rim. 61-28. One more coming here for the right-hander. Second one, no good. Rebound down to the Cavemen, leading this one comfortably. As we hit the midway point of the fourth quarter, up the left side, Dedman push it out to the top for Matthew Bayard. Bayard got around the defense, kick out to the far side, a three by Dirk Ely, no. Rebound tipped up, loose ball, knocked out by Ely, and Roseburg will get it back. Coming up next for Roseburg on Friday, they'll be back here at home as they will welcome in the Sheldon Irish. 6:45 tip-off for that one. We'll take a look at the Roseburg girls game going on down at Grants Pass. The Roseburg girls trying to stay undefeated on the season in conference play. Pass into the far corner. Kemmerly, double team, trapped him. They just steal it away, and now Kemmerly trying to trap Dedman in the corner. He's able to pass it away. Up the floor, ball tipped out from behind by Brown. Lob it up the floor by Sprague. Loose ball gets tipped just past the scorer's table here in front of us. We're going to get Jake Chartier to check into this game. He'll come in for Jaden Kemmerly as Roseburg will have it in front of the scorer's table. At halftime, Grants Pass leading the Roseburg girls in that matchup 43-28. Shot does not go right underneath. It just there's a lid on the basket as an outlet pass is tipped back into the backcourt. Diving for the loose ball is Lobo, but Grants Pass able to hang on to it. Lob up the floor underneath. Dirk Ely, a fadeaway two. 63-28. Up the right side of the floor, Preston Sprague goes sailing in and sliding into the padding underneath the basket. A whistle will go against Matthew Bayard. And it'll put Preston Sprague back at the line. So for the Roseburg girls, they have got a big lead to try and, or big deficit to try and make up as they're on the road against Grants Pass down at Heater Newman. First one does not go for Preston Sprague. We'll have one more coming here. Second one, no. Empty trip to the line for Sprague. In the right corner, find the cutter going through the middle of the lane goes Derek Ely, and he will draw a whistle as we're down to 2 minutes to go here in this fourth quarter. Foul goes against Chartier. Ely's first attempt at the free throw line is no good. He'll have another one coming. And the second one rims out. Rogers gets the rebound, will bring it up the floor for the Indians. On the right side, Brown attacking to Sprague on the right wing, gets to the lane, tries to step around the defender, and he'll get the scoop shot to go. Outstretched arms for Sprague, gets it off the glass. 63-30, a minute and a half to play. Hook a pass into the far left corner. Rim out on the three-point attempt by Amaya. Offensive board. Amaya gets another look as his teardrop runner no. On the outlet attempt by Chartier. The ball taken away by Grants Pass, and Parker Rogers will knock the Cavemen to the ground. That's Matthew Bayard who got knocked over. We're going to get Dirk. I thought Ely was checking in, but he was just racing over to inbound the ball. We'll send it into the backcourt. Gerlitz will bring it up. Pass away right side. Under 60 seconds to go. Driving in. Amaya kicks it out. A wide open look at a three by by Gerlitz. And Gerlitz will get another look as the loose ball was collected by the Cavemen underneath. Rogers gets the defensive board finally, and that gets a whistle as the clock continues to roll. Down to 35 seconds to go, and Roseburg will have the basketball. Full length of the floor to go. And the time running out on them. Brown will have it with this one all but almost done here. Ball got tipped, loose ball underneath. Preston Sprague can't get a bucket. Grants Pass will have it. Trying to just wear off the clock now. And down to 13 seconds to go here in this one. And the Cavemen are going to get their first win in Southwest Conference play as they will top the Roseburg Indians tonight. 63-30 is going to be your final score. And there we go. We'll come back with the postgame show after this 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
When it comes to finances, it can be hard to know what's in your best interest. Experience the strength of advice at Palm Wealth Management. From education and estate planning to retirement and the unexpected, we can help. Call Palm Wealth Management today. Financial security allows you the freedom to take stock of what's important and build lasting bonds. We share your goals. Trust Palm Wealth Management to consolidate your investments and generate income for those who need you most. Call Palm Wealth Management today.
Final score here at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. The Roseburg Indians will fall to the Grants Pass Cavemen 63-30. Your final score here tonight. That's a new season high for the Grants Pass Cavemen, who came in averaging 48 points a game. For Roseburg, they are below their season average of 49 points per game. Well, it was Grants Pass from the get-go. They jumped out, took the first bucket, made it 3-0. Roseburg could get on the board, made it 3-2. But from that point, a 10-0 run by Grants Pass would get them out to a double-digit lead, and they would pretty much be up by double digits the rest of the way. They had it out to as much as a 34-point advantage. They win by 33. Leading scorer in the game tonight with 19 points, Jordan Rosetta. Held them under the 29 they gave up last time. Coach was saying that if they could keep him closer to 10, they would feel pretty good about that. They kept him under 20, but Roseburg just I know defensively you'd like to see them do more, but offensively they just came out really cold here tonight, which was a bit of a surprise. They've not necessarily been a team that can't put the points up offensively. It has been more the defensive side of the ball that really gets them into trouble. But tonight, just that early going, could not get shots to drop and only had one quarter where they scored in double figures. That was the third quarter when they put up 14, but they gave up 24. For Roseburg tonight, they finished with 3 3-pointers. On the other side, Grants Pass, they had 5 in this one. So continuing with the scoring here, your Winston Auto Care stat update here in the postgame show. That's Winston Auto Care, your home team for auto repair for over 25 years. Give them a call at 541-679-8685. So 19 points for Jordan Rosetta, 18 for Grady McKittrick, 12 for Branson Young, 8 for Bronx Ely, 4 for James Traylor, and 2 for Dirk Ely here tonight. Everybody got into the game for Grants Pass except for Kingston Connolly, who was out tonight. On the other side for Roseburg, before we take a look at their numbers, I want to remind you tonight's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Winston Auto Care stat update for the Roseburg boys. Taking a look at their offensive numbers here tonight as the Roseburg High School marching band, or the pep band, performs here. First time they have been in attendance for a game here this season. We always enjoy having the Roseburg High School pep band in attendance for the games. Roseburg was led by Harrison Scott in his return. He had 9 points, below his average of 18.4. 6 points for Marcus Lobo, 5 points for Jaden Kemmerly, 5 for Preston Sprague, 4 points for Tristan Frabel, and 1 point for Gavin Michael. Roseburg had all of their players get into the game here tonight as well. Final score again, 63-30. Roseburg will drop to 0-15 on the year, 0-3 in conference play. Grants Pass, meanwhile, goes to 4-10 on the year, and they are now 1-3 in Southwest Conference action. Coming up next for the Cavemen, they will be at North Medford playing at Oakdale Middle School coming up on Friday at 7, or excuse me, that's Tuesday next week. They are off on Friday for the Cavemen, so they get a week off until their next game. They'll play Tuesday at Oakdale Middle School against North Medford. For Roseburg, they are back to action coming up Friday as they take on the Sheldon Irish here at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium with a tip-off at 6:45, pregame coverage at 6:30. Want to say thanks to Southern Septic Service, our starting lineup sponsor. From residential to commercial, Southern Septic Service has your behind covered when it comes to septic tank pumping and inspections, portable toilet rentals, and grease trap cleaning. Southern Septic Service is woman and veteran owned and a proud supporter of our local sports teams. Well, folks, that's going to wrap it up for us here tonight as Roseburg falls against Grants Pass. Back to action on Friday, back to work tomorrow, and hoping to see if they can get things going in the right direction here this season. It's been a pleasure to be with you tonight for this evening's basketball game as the Roseburg Indians take on the Grants Pass Cavemen. Down at Heater Newman, it's 51-30. Grants Pass leading against the Roseburg girls here tonight. I want to say thanks to Athletic Director Adam Blue, head coach Brett Nixon, and the entire Roseburg boys basketball team for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg basketball here on The Score. I want to say thanks to Dale Cranford back in the studio for the radio production here tonight. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keeran. We'll catch up with you on Friday night when the Roseburg Indians welcome in the Sheldon Irish. We'll have a pregame coverage starting at 6:30, tip-off at 6:45. You can watch the game streaming live for free online at 541radio.com and on the 1490 The Score YouTube channel, or you can follow the action with us right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.